Live. All right, well, I guess we're going live. Welcome to my nice, new, empty apartment. Give people a second to figure out that I'm going live and fix this thing. Let's do the monitor, see if it's working. Good sound. All right. We might not be able to do this with this internet. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I know why. This might be doing this. We're testing a new connection, new internet, and all the good stuff. The new place, so testing new connection, new internet, all the good stuff. Let's see how this works. You might hear the echoes. All right. All right. It's not bad. All right. It's not bad. You're gonna wonder, what the hell's going on? What's this empty ass room? My fancy pillows and my zero gravity chair on. Get some whiskey. Pillows and my zero gravity chair on. Get some whiskey. Hey, yo, Dan, what's going on, buddy? I'm just getting set up in a new place. First day. It isn't an April Fool's joke. What's going on, buddy? We gotta take off that monitor sound. Give me a second and get everything set up. Happy April Fool's, fool! What's going on? I just finished moving. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Got the new setup. That's going to be the new streaming gear. This is the new training floor. So this will, all the classes will be held from now on. Moving up in the world. It's not an April Fool's joke. Oh, since Sean just took like a whole crap bucket load of medals at a competition in Texas. Congratulations, Sean. Looking nasty over there, doing his ninja stuff. Representing the Chinese crew. Big trouble, little China shit going on. Dude, he didn't leave it. That dude ate, bro. He didn't leave anything for anybody else. We gave like 6 medals, 7. Oh, it was just 7 medals. Just 7. I only took 7. Well, you would have got 8 if you didn't fucking keep your head down looking at the ground the whole goddamn time. I'm gonna show you how to salute in this stream, okay? I'm gonna show you how it's done so you can get all the medals. This shot glass was dedicated by Sifu Shirley from Taichi United now. Can't say that other name. Get 15 exactly. I got my dragon shot glass. So, today's the first day of the new year in the new place. So I haven't gotten to drink in, I don't remember, so we're celebrating. I also broke my toe. I'll show you guys that too, it's pretty nasty. In the middle of the move, so we got this 26-foot truck I rented, right? And I got these movers to come help me. So I'm about to put the bike on the truck. Thank you, thank you. So, buzz with the bike on this truck on this ramp, right? It's like this is an old country gravel road. These idiot movers, man, they didn't put the ramp on the hooks. And there's gravel on the ramp. I get on this ramp and I literally did the Evel Knievel, flew off the ramp with the bike. Okay, 550-pound motorcycle. Somehow, I got off the bike, held it, and then did like a brake fall, got back up, got the emergency cut off, and got it to stop from spinning. I didn't get barely a scratch, okay? So then later on they leave, I had to repack the truck, and the cabin light was off, and I somehow kicked the cooler, and my toe is fucked. So I'm completely screwed, man, completely screwed. So that's where life has taken me so far. So happy April Fools, the world is in shambles. People are losing their mind. But yeah, man, are you gonna post those videos? Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Like, and it's funny, the last move, I busted both my big toenails, and it took me like 6 months before they grew back. This one, I've never hurt my toe like this. Like the cuticle is like a bubble blood blister, the whole nail is black. It's just bad, man. It's bad. It's real bad. Oh, whoa. What's Giovanna Natali. Can't tell if you're Italian or Russian. I was supposed to say ciao or candela. What do I say to this guy? Oh, man. So, how's it feel to see like all my crazy predictions come to pass, man? It's gonna get wild, man. It's gonna get wild. After that the eclipses, man, it's gonna get crazy. Hold on to your popcorn, guys. Oh. It's interesting, right? It's sad, you know, because as this progresses, all the people that were indoctrinated and lied to and still on the super far left side, like, you know, because like right now what's happening is like I said this 4 years ago. I didn't think the year was going to happen. Wait till you see the other ones that are coming. Listen, man, I know I say some crazy shit, but I'm never wrong. I wish I was. I wish I was. You know? Wait till you see what's... I mean, the stuff I can't talk about, you know, because it's, you know, it would not be wise. You know, like there's some things that you have to keep secret, you know, for protection of humanity. And there's some things that, you know, if I even spoke about, they would shut me immediately. I'll just disappear me. You know? Man, it's gonna get wild. But I don't know how much you remember my Facebook prediction, but like I even said this on, you know, right now, like the spirit of narcissism collectively, right? It's like a spirit, okay? And when a narcissist gets old, they can't hold their mass together. And now what you're seeing is collective narcissism as a spirit, as a collective consciousness, it's aged out. So now they can't hold it together anymore. So you're gonna start seeing like the super far left people. Like remember, like we were liberals in like the 90s and early 2000s when like we were still normal, and now like we're conservative weirdos. Like if you now like the liberals and all the people like from our generation are like now we're like weird conservatives now because we're not like psychos. Like if you agree with anything that Cheeto Orange Man says ever, you're now like a Nazi or something. Like it's fucking wild. But I said this 6 years ago. I've been saying this. I said the only options for the left, for these crazy people that are pushing this shit. I said there's only two options for these timelines. Once this election happens, if you win, we get invaded. Okay, the place becomes a fucking communist shithole. Because people that support like social economy don't understand. The middle class is the bourgeoisie, right? They want to get rid of what's that? The middle class. What's that leave you? It leaves you with an upper tier echelon society and fucking desolate waste. And all these slow people think, oh, you know, communist socialism is so good, blah, blah, blah. I don't like, listen, I'm a freaking Native American, you know, like, almost extinct species. You think I give a fuck about either of these things? I want to live on my island and eat like fucking bananas naked. You know what I mean? I don't want to do any of this shit. But if we have a choice between that and that, it's like we don't have a choice. But what I said was going to happen is it's going to be a rubber band effect. Either if they won, they'd be fucked because after the revolution happens, they kill off the people who started the revolution. Look at the communist Chinese, Russians, Italians. Every time you have these younger groups that are used, or like the stupid people that are used to cause a revolution, after they get taken in power, they wipe those people out. You know, so that's the first thing I said was going to happen, right? And we'd be fucked. The next thing that's going to happen, if they lose, they're going to go to jail, and then the rest of them will be treated like lepers. This is coming. Mark my words when I fucking tell you this. The super far left people, that really push or totalitarian, like elite fucking establishment shit, like this weird DEI stuff. I said this was going to happen. They're going to be treated like lepers, and the others are going to go to jail. And you're going to see crazy shit is about to happen. Okay? Like, I called freaking the NCO thing, and the other stream was saying, the AI's going to come, and they're going to fucking, they think they can delete stuff. They don't understand how technology works. Everyone's fucked. Everyone's fucked. You know, like, it's going to get so wild. It's going to get so wild. And what's happening with these freaking psychos all the way far left people, the demonic, you know, maybe not, you know, because we're technically still in martial law. You know what I mean? That's a whole other thing. That's not even the big deal. But what you're going to see first is the super far left people, because it's a spiritual thing. Spirituality, I look at it as a metaphor for philosophy, okay, and like social engineering. You don't have to think so literal about spirituality. Look at it as a metaphor. But there's like a spirit of narcissism, like psychopathy and narcissism. It's a collective idea. People hang out together, use the same slang, okay? The super far left people is a spirit of narcissism, okay? They work in inversions and black magic and shit, really fucked up stuff. Their mask is coming off. They can't hold it together anymore. So now they're attacking. Look at the crazy Tesla thing. Before, you had them freaking supporting, oh, you got a Tesla, you know, EVs, blah, 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 blah. And then now that he's trying to find fraud and save the country from going bankrupt, all of a sudden, like, you know what, I'm not a Republican. Are you kidding me? So here's the deal. You're going to protest Tesla for what? Because he's trying to stop people from like getting Social Security with 300 and giving like loans to 3-year-old babies, and Congress stealing our money. Like what? But here's the funny thing: if you're gonna protest them because EVs are bullshit. Electric vehicles are bullshit. Where's electricity come from? Coal. Okay? You get an EV. What are you doing? You're pulling up the electrical grid. And what do you fucking do? Boost the electrical prices because of supply and demand, and on top of it, you have to use fucking 10 times more coal to destroy the environment. What? That's what you should be protesting Tesla for. I don't like Tesla either, but you're doing it for the wrong fucking reasons. It's like, he's not even a government employee. Like, what the fuck? Go to protest the White House. Like, what the fuck? But just imagine this. All these people that own Teslas, they're all liberals. So your team, you're now like keying up their shit and ruining their stuff. What are they gonna say? Well, I don't want to be a liberal anymore, you're scary. So it's like you have 21% of the population left, and now what you're gonna do is attack 5% of that population with money and influence to get them to turn on you too. Bro, it's wild. It's fucking wild. Nothing makes sense. You know, the brainwashing is deep, you know, and you feel bad because what they do is they weaponize people's emotions and good nature. Most of the people that are there, they're just not really aware, and they hear things on TV, and they want to be good, you know? They want to be good people, and then you have these evil scumbags in think tanks that try to manipulate people's emotions. That's all it is logical fallacies. They manipulate people's fucking emotions, drag them out to go protest this because we say they're bad. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. And it's sad because they're good people that are doing this, and they don't realize they're being used. They think they're doing a great fucking thing. But watch, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be wild. But you've seen it, man. You watch what they did to me. I've been called a white supremacist, I'm not white. People say I'm trans. Even you say I'm transphobic. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, fucking transphobic. No, LBGT is cool. Everything after the T makes no sense. Like, I'm good with the 4 letters, okay? Like, the 4 letters are cool. I have a lot of friends with the 4 letters. But everything else is crazy. Like, once you get past that 4th letter, bro, motherfuckers are crazy. I have nothing to do with that. Like, no. I was explaining something. The genders. How the fuck do we... If you look up list of 72 genders, there's a fucking medical website now. That I ran a medical school for 2 years, okay? In 2001, there was not 72 genders. Okay? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's literal derangement. It's crazy. And I know how it happened because I lived through the whole process. See, what happened was, like, because you know, I was in the fetish scene. I did, like, I told you in Discord, right? I trained the Christopher Street Patrol, the gayest street watch in history. I did security for the Pride Parade. I walked in the Pride Parade 2 or 3 times. Like, what? Thinking about all my friends I grew up with and the people that raised me, like crazy shit. But when it was that in my generation, right, in the fetish scene and the gay scene, you first of all, you couldn't do that publicly, right, because it was still super whatever. But you had what's called the old guard. And up until about 2012 to 14, the old guard was still around. Okay, and those are all the really traditional fetish people and gay people, and they all have these rules and regulations like karate. Okay, I understood those people very well. There's rules and etiquette, and there's things you do here, and there's things you do there, and you don't do this in public, you do this, but when you're inside of a room, there's something called a scene. Okay, and you have a scene like a bunch of people, and then you have a fucking... Oh yeah, it smells like your mom's fucking cooch. So anyway, so you have a scene of people, right? And you have a scene like a play scene. And what's happening is these people in the next generation of weirdos came in after the letter T, and they started with this crazy fucking Orwellian shit, this fucking Brave New World 1984 shit. And they said fuck the old rules, fuck the old ways, anything, whatever, So basically what happened was you had these weird fetish people that are into exhibitionism and voyeurism, and they're forcing the world to be a captive audience to debauchery. That's what's going on. And the people in power want this, and the reason why they want all the transition stuff and the cutting little babies up and all that stuff, because it's the eugenics. These people can't reproduce. They want to decrease the population. So they've convinced people that it's care. It's affirming care. Why? Why would you want to mutilate a child for care? Okay, and then they'll call me phobic. No, you fucking idiot. You look around what's happening. They want to poison you. They want to make you stupid. They're enslaving you. And then they're trying to make it so you can't have kids anymore. The only way you can have kids is by indoctrination and making them these fucking Orwellian robots. It's insanity. So... all these people, Gen X people who are getting into power, my generation, who remember LGBT and how everything afterwards fucking insane, they're going into power now and they're pissed off that these other weirdos came in and fucked up their name. Okay? So you have that whole, and those people, a lot of them have a lot of money and influence because they don't have kids, they don't have problems like normal people do. So they still have money and influence and they're band together because they had to. So those people are pissed off. So you have a whole bunch of Gen X, LBGT people who are going to be at odds with all the Q, X, Y, Z, LMNOP people. Then in the regular hetero people, you have people who've been attacked for 8 fucking years, like me, right? For if you say one thing that you don't agree with those people, they fucking lynch you. Okay? So on top of that, it's like a slow boil where they're literally exiling themselves. And I said this over and over again on Facebook. You will be known as lepers. And mark my fucking words. All this surgeries and all this shit they're pushing, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years from now, they're going to treat it like lobotomies. They're going to treat it like fucking lobotomies. Okay? Lobotomies was the rage. Just fucking put a pencil up your fucking nose and tickle your brain to fix you. Okay? Make you a fucking vegetable. This is what they're doing. The fucking, the ramifications of the fucking evil that's been done to humanity. It's not going to catch up. For another, it's starting to come now, but you're going to see it 5, 10 years from now. It's going to be looked at what the fuck? The greatest, evil that was unleashed on population ever. These kids, the problems they're going to have, all this shit. And then you got to remember, people forgot about the whole thing during the lockdown, how people were treated. And they're like, oh, let's just fucking forget about that. Yeah, we didn't want you to go die because you didn't want to take some fucking untested poison. Me as a Buddhist, I'm not going to put aborted fetal cells in my body if I have no other fucking choice. Okay? I'm not going to put some fucking formaldehyde in aborted fetal cells. I'm not putting aborted fetuses in there. Look it up. Okay? Literally. So I'm not doing that. And there's these inclusive, tolerant fucking people. Everybody's like so fucking tolerant. If you say anything they disagree with, they don't know about that's different, I just had a debate with somebody, my freaking friend's account, right? And we're chilling and fucking talking, and this guy's arguing with me about gravity being a law. And I'm like, gravity is not a proven law, it's improvable, it's a theory that most idiots think is a law. Gravity does not exist, okay? Gravity is not a thing. Gravity is an idea. People can't prove it. It's a mathematical theory. It's faith-based science. He's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, just go Google it. Literally, we're going back and forth. I don't know, weeks. And the motherfucker's like, I'm like, just Google it. Oh, wait a minute. And then finally he's like, oh yeah, you think you're so smart? Mr. Trump? I'm like, wait a second. So now, because I've like gotten stumped in a debate, I'm all of a sudden Mr. Trump. So I'm like, dude, just fucking type it into Google, please, God. It's like, what the fuck? Like, how can you be this stupid? And then I realized, when I was growing up, the average IQ was 120, okay? The average IQ now is 98. People are literally morons. People get upset when I say the word retard. I've heard, a couple of people said this. He uses retard too much. I'm fucking Gen X, we call each other retards all the fucking time. But retard's a musical term, okay? To retard something is to make it slow. You motherfuckers are slow. Okay, you're very slow. All right, I'm autistic. I have an IQ of 170. Okay, I'm a weirdo. Fuck you guys. Like, where's the thing for my disabilities? Okay, you know, like fuck you guys. Like literally, people are fucking retarded. There's no other way to say it. They are retarded. We have 40 to 80-year-old men acting like fucking junior high school kids that have been gang stalking and trolling me. Fuck, you watch this show, and how many years you watch this shit? If you're fucking 40 to 80 years old, and you get together in a group to attack one guy by himself, you know, with like fucking like 8-year-old fucking like insults and stupid shit, you're retarded! Down syndrome kids are smarter than you. You are a retard. You don't conflate Down syndrome with retardation. No, you're just fucking retarded. Maybe you smoke crack. Maybe your mom dropped you in the head. You know, I don't know what your fucking problem is. But anyway, so that's my rant. April Fool, motherfuckers. So, but yeah. So here's my prediction. After US tax season, crypto's gonna go up. Okay, that's my first thing, my first prediction. And I know you guys do crypto. There's always two guaranteed dips. It's like, you know, it's right around the holidays and right before the taxes. And there's always two upward cycles. Okay? And it's always, you know, you can do the charts and micromanage. There's always 2 points in the year where things always bounce. So I think that it'll be a good summer if you have money to get into fucking crypto. You know, especially with the X, and this one with the ETH, I would probably, you know, tell you to do that. That you know, I can't give financial advice, but for those of you that believe, you know, in the people upstairs and my crazy ghetto prophecies, I would tell you that would be a smart thing to do. I mean, I don't have good feelings about BTC. The highs that they're right, you know, they've been around doing their thing, but that XRP, man, that's looking. If I had disposable income, I would be looking towards that shit. You know, if I was able to do that, you know, I'm also not allowed to use my abilities for selfish reasons and fucking gain. But if I was gonna bet on something, I would bet. You know, I mean, I told people to get into that when it was 40 cents. And I told them I saw 222. That was what I said. I said it's at 40 cents now. It's gonna hit 222. That was my prediction, and hit 222. You know, and I predicted Bitcoin 3 times, 33,000 3 times in a weekend. I said it's gonna hit 3 times, and it went fucking 3 times. So sometimes I hit it, you know. Too bad, man, rich bitch. Yeah. But haven't been wrong. But yeah, so what is crazy is like this whole, all this internet shit, all this like repression stuff. It's like the longer that they keep, God is the generation of design. Okay, it's like a computer simulation. This place is fucking blockchain simulation. All right. So there's like gods that like are in the Matrix that created our bodies, and there's like alien gods, and there's like etheric gods. But then you have like the prime creator source mainframe, and that shit's just mathematical equations. Karma is just mathematical equations. Okay. And I'm telling you, the backlash of what's coming for these people, they can't see it, and they're predictive models, and they don't see it, and and it's really strange that they don't believe. It's like criminals, like when they rob banks and they get addicted to robbing banks, and those keep doing it, and if they would have stopped, they said just one more job, let's just do one more, and they keep robbing the fucking bank. This is where we're at, guys. It's like it's gonna get wild. It's gonna get fucking wild, man. So I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that. Yeah, it's gonna get crazy. But a lot of people are in for a rude awakening. Like if you knew what I knew, bro, fuck man. Like they're not fucking around, and like it's all people like me, okay? Like assholes like me who like don't like authority, who are in authority right now. Who don't like scumbags, don't like bullies, don't like authority, don't like bullshit, and they're pissed off because just like me, you have the majority of the population who's been fucked with for 8 fucking years, and they're fucking tired. Actually longer, it's been a 25-year cycle. But that's a whole other story. Yesterday ended a 25-year cycle. So we have 7 years to get ready, and after that, it's gonna get, I don't want to say it, it's not gonna be good. So I would say you take the next 4 to 7 years and you prepare. Okay, get your shit together and prepare. It's gonna get, it's gonna be nonsense, but it's gonna get good for a while. And then at that 4 to 7 year mark, it's gonna go all fucked up. Completely fugazi. So I don't like feel like sharing too much anymore because I gave these tool bags. I mean, you watch the Warrior Machines. How many fucking and you see me on Facebook? How many times did I have to be right? And these people, like the little demons in them, like you would think that people would be sharing it on the Kenji community, be like, yo, this guy just broke the Matrix. He did, he took us. He shows the Kung Fu secrets, and you think they would like be sharing the knowledge to save humanity, but no, like So it's crazy. But yeah, so that's my spiel. I wanted to come on April Fools and show you guys the new training floor. So I think it's pretty cool. When I show you in the daytime, it'll look nicer. And that's the streaming rig. So it's gonna be pretty epic. No more kitchen in my shot. That's where we're at. I'll probably stick around a few more minutes, and I'll rant a couple more minutes, and then if anybody comes in, I'll hang out. If not, I'm just gonna get off. I just wanted to say hi because it's April Fools. I got the new place finally set up. Well, almost. And there's obviously gonna be no furniture in this room because it's the training room. So that's what we're going to be doing it for. And see if anybody has any Kung Fu questions. Oh, okay, Sean, since you're here, let me give you, who's that? Yeah, whatever the fuck, that's a fucking porn bot. Keep your shitty porn bot to yourself, go somewhere else. Unless it's like a training with big tits, I'm not interested. So, yeah, I got guns. You want to see my guns? I got guns. But they're locked up right now. They have to come on a different stream. Yeah, I got guns. I got guns right here. No, my guns are actually locked up in the closet. Me and my broken toe and my whiskey. So yeah, Sean, man, Sean's like performance was pretty epic, okay? And then this dude, I was just like, he walks up to the floor and he goes like this. Okay, let's go. Oh, Tai Chi. Oh boy, it was like Speedy Gonzalez, man. He was like, okay. Is Sean still here? Because I'm gonna do this for you, man. He did a really good performance. The only thing he messed up with his salute. He rushed right through it. I don't know, if he's not here, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It was only for him. You still there? I don't even know who's here. I gotta see how do you even see this? So it's a new spot, new Wi-Fi, new everything. I gotta, you guys are the test stream. April Fools, I don't know what I'm doing. So, is everybody can see over here? Maybe live chat. No. I don't even know how do you see the fucking viewer list? What a piece of shit. Oh, maybe over here? Chat filter. Yeah, they don't make this easy for you. Well, anyway, I'm going to do this with Sean, even if he's not here. When you're doing a tournament, okay, there's like, as you come on the floor, you should find the angle and walk on the angle and then go to the face, just like you were looking face, and then when you do whatever your salute is, face, salute, counter beat, face, salute, counter beat, okay? Like literally a full, hold it a second, and then make sure everybody sees it and don't move, okay? So like, you go like, oos, don't go, oos, oos, ooh. You want to give as much time to the people to like for instance, if you like, well, blah, 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 okay, boom, bow, come back, whatever it is, and then wait, like literally wait. Give them anticipation. Make them like, salivate for that shit. Don't just give it up to them. It's kind of like making love to a woman. That was the thing. Hopefully he'll get to see that later. I'll tell him on the Discord. So that's it. That was my rant. It's going to be an interesting year. If you guys watch the War Angel streams, I'm still batting a million. What the hell they do the sports bowl ratings? I don't know how to count that in sports bowl. I don't watch the sports bowl. Yep, so that's it. All right, any questions, comments, or accusations before I sign out of here? I'm gonna transition to be a liberal. I'm gonna do drag queens for the hour. Could be anything. I swear, if I hear one more person, like, I'm gonna vomit. If I hear one more of these weirdos and fucking Facebook troll people say some stupid shit that don't even know me, I'm fucking vomit. All right, none of you guys have anything to say? You're not entertaining me. I'm not entertaining you. What's going on? Nothing? No? Going once, going twice? Alright, I'm gonna go finish wiring up the studio. I guess nobody has any kung fu questions. At least some people showed up and say hi. That was nice of them. The April Fool's joke. I really don't understand why I can't see who's in the stream on this chat thing. So does anybody have any kung fu questions while I'm here? Anything interesting? Where's the freaking... Not tonight? How have you been, man? I haven't seen you in like years. You just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, I'll have another small shot for you, and then I'm gonna call it. But at least it works. I'm on some like communal Wi-Fi thing. Good. I was not doing good. I got poisoned 3 times, broke both my feet. I got hit by a tree, fucking flooded. I went weeks without power again. It was a fucking shit show. Salute. But I will tell you this. Tai Chi Event and Shirley's page, I've been doing the workshops over there, and I really put out like really good stuff. And I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want these idiots to go buy it because they don't deserve it. But oh, cool. Okay. So you hear me ranting and raving. Good. But I would definitely suggest, like, if you're still studying, like, the workshop series is really, really good. And, we're going to make the last, because I taught, like, my form, like, my family form, and Shirley is going to be introducing that to her school. But the lessons that I gave, we're going to make it, like, a ridiculous amount of money, like, maybe $3,000-$4,000 for the 2 sessions, just so people don't buy it. So if you want to get it, just message her, and she'll give you the normal price. She'll give you a discount. But, because I'm going to make it a ridiculous price, I don't want these people to get it. Because they don't deserve it and they're assholes. You know? It's like, people don't deserve it. But it's good to see that you're doing good. I was getting worried because the YouTube people's like, after, all the COVID this and the freaking economy this and everybody's fucking losing their mind. Satan's asshole diarrhea. I haven't seen anybody, I was like, okay. So I just do my kung fu and meditate. That's my life. And driving my motorcycle off of a ramp. You should have seen it. It was epic. It was really epic. I went up and I went, whoa! Fucking. The fact that I'm still on my feet is like, unbelievable. All right, I guess that was it. Thank you, Dave, for showing up. I hope everybody have a good evening. April fucking Fools, and so I guess. Oh, that's your account? Why don't you just use the same fucking name? I figured it was one of you. I wasn't sure which one. That was you. Yeah, well, on that note, here's the deal. Like, it's okay. Nobody does. Everybody makes everything difficult. But no, it's just that there's fucking idiots that, like, these trolls, and they're trying to, like, start trouble. And I'm like, do you really want to find out where I am? Because I'll fucking murk you. I don't care. Like right now I'm like using somebody else's shit. They track me down to some other fucking communal fucking wherever the fuck I am. Like, I've been moving to place, I don't even know where I am. Like, I literally just got dumped here because someone got me the fucking place. I literally, was it 5 hours away from where I was before? I'm on the exact opposite side of the state. Like, I just got dumped here. But as for the Canada thing, Satan, okay, is a real thing, but it's not like a scary red guy in a fucking with horns, okay? It's an energy. It's you got to think of spirituality as a metaphor for psychology and social interactions. If you look at it literally, you're not going to get it, okay? And it doesn't matter if like these demons are physical beings or if the demons are just like ideas that are infecting people, because it manifests the same fucking way. These people are infected with Satan, okay? And what's been controlling these countries for a long time are devil worshippers. Now, it doesn't matter if you believe it to be real or not, they believe it, okay? The people that are in power believe this shit. Like, they really believe it, all right? So whether or not they actually summoning something and getting their power up, or they're just like hallucinating and fucking getting their adrenaline to go fucking crazy, they believe this shit, okay? They believe that you're peasants, all right? That we're all here to suffer and like to, you know, we're human resources. In their world, they have to tell you what they're doing to you. That country's fucked, okay? Like the thing is, the collective consciousness, they have to like say, no, we don't want to be part of that. You know, and it's like a judgment thing, because the way the matrix works, it's a computer system. So it deals with like, in crypto, it's something called a 51% attack. Okay? They need to get a certain percentage of people to agree so that the reality rendering consensus ledger will manifest a certain thing. So that's what's been happening. When people, like, little by little, when people like saying, oh yeah, the May program, let's just fucking give you, you know, suicide pills because you don't like, you know, you don't have enough money to eat. Oh, well, you're too poor. Oh, you know, you're depressed? You know, kill yourself. That's what's going on. That's how evil that fucking place is. You know, and when I'm talking to you about the earthquake thing, like, the earthquake's like not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that the ruling class, they think of you as cattle. And all of us here too, but over there it's worse. And they don't think of you as humans. Like that Trudeau guy, all these fucking people, he's not human, but that's a whole other thing. But they don't see you as equal in humanity. They think of you as like a human resource, and they don't care about you. So that place is surviving, and most of the world was surviving with bleeding with America, because America is a human resource farm. So they take our money, they use us as collateral for loans, and then they spread our wealth across the world. Without America and your fucking 250% tariff on fucking whatever the fuck, you guys wouldn't survive. Okay? Like, you guys, we literally take 5 to 10% of your trade. Like, if we stop trading with Canada and say, fuck you, okay, well, okay, fine. You know, if we stop sending shit to you with the towns, you guys are fucked. So the 51st state thing is actually something that might happen. You know, they printed the money called the Amero 20 years ago. They were trying to make America, they were trying to make a road from Mexico through America to Canada. And they made a currency called the Amero to connect all three. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But I can tell you one thing, the age of Aquarius, you know, the whole shift of humanity, what's coming is like, you can't hide things anymore. You know, no one's mask can be held anymore. So you're gonna start seeing these fucking people's true colors, and then the only people who are left are the ones who are completely brainwashed. They call it somnambulism. These are people who are human sense like stage hypnosis, right? Like who the stage hypnotist will look for. All these people who are crazy far off on the side, these people they're not here. You know, so they're hoping that they have enough of these crazies to keep the consensus ledger pushed in their favor, but it's not going to happen. And the shit's about to come out in the next 3 months in this country is going to bleed everywhere. It's going to cause a fucking mess. A fucking mess, bro. So I wouldn't worry about natural disasters. What I would worry about is the crazies, the weaponized autism that's been used to like gaslight the people and like keep these assholes in power. They're gonna lose their mind when the television Manchurian candidate says, oh, Elon bad, Trump bad, you know, whoever the fuck is in Canada now that's not Trudeau, bad. You know, and when the people are trying to fix the mess that they caused, they're gonna be turning on those people trying to fix the mess. Because they don't realize that they're supporting this establishment that's trying to murder them. So that's the well, yes. If you're doing Tai Chi is moving meditation. Meditating, people make meditating too difficult, okay? Because yeah, there's different versions of meditation. Like for instance, when we were training in Buddhism, right? When you're doing the chanting, like Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, like you say, like you know, Nam Mani Padme Hum, it was like all the chanting, right? The reason, the goal of that is to lock the five senses, right? So if I'm sitting in a posture, my body cannot sing. If I'm speaking a mantra, my ears cannot sin. If I'm speaking the mantra, I can't speak sin. If I have the incense burning, I cannot smell the sin. If I can let my eyes focus on the point, I cannot see the sin. And then you're basically focusing every one of your senses on a single idea, right? So it doesn't make a difference what you're doing, as long as you're like, when you sleep, because I started in Zen and Chan, right? So the idea is like, when you sleep, just sleep. When you eat, just eat. Learning to do things in single-mindedness is very difficult. Like, I don't drink as often, but like when I drink, I stop and I drink, and okay, I'm drinking. Like I'm not a monk, I'm not doing that right now. But start with the things you're doing. If you're doing Tai Chi is meditation. It's moving meditation. Why? Because if you're focusing your eyes cannot sin. If you're focusing the body's locked in movement, it cannot sin. If you're concentrating on your breath, you can't speak, so your mouth cannot sin. That's the whole idea, is getting your body in single-mindedness. And you really should be doing some form of meditation. And even if it's only, the simplest meditation, honestly, is just to stop. I'll teach you the simple meditation, right? The reason why you do this is connects to circuits. You can do any mudra, any hand thing. Yes, Wing Chun is a little sister of Tai Chi. Okay, if you look at the old forms, they all come from crane and snake. It's the same system. It's just that Tai Chi is not a style. Tai Chi is a principle set. So when you look at where it comes from, it's either northern southern fist styles, right? You have the 5 answers, 8 immortals, but it's really just snake and crane, right? It's just a little idea of what? Snake and fucking crane. What is Tai Chi? Snake and crane. So they're the same family. So this should be the same thing. When I learned Wing Chun 30 fucking years ago, the first was they wanted me to do full this, and we're doing the meditation. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And I got you do the meditation. You're literally doing fucking tantao for 20 minutes, watching the incense burn. Okay, anything can be a meditation. Anything can be meditation. And yes, Wing Chun. But the thing is, you understand there's different practices. When you practice Tai Chi, there's a meditative practice, right? And then you practice it like that, where you're doing everything and you're doing it as a meditation. Then there's one you're doing it as a Qigong meditation. Then there's one when you're doing it as a martial art meditation. And that's what people are missing in the Tai Chi world. They don't understand the staging and what was happening, what you're supposed to do, and the ideas. You know what I mean? But meditating just means to have single-minded focus, bring everything together. But in order to get your intuition up, you have to clear your mind and you have to live by a certain code. And the code that people think it is isn't the code. You have to not be a lying piece of shit. You have to stand the virtue of the mother and the intent of the father, right? If you think of the Matrix as a computer simulation, and then there's the Oracle and the fucking the architect in the Matrix. So the architect is representing intention, and the Oracle represents virtue. And you have to live by that paradigm, right? That's why I say, if you follow Taoism, there can only be, male, female, and some trans in between. You can't have 72 fucking genders. You can have gay people because you have the small dot, right? So if you have the yin yang allows for gays because you have a black and a white dot, right? And you have a white and a black dot. The yin yang allows for transsexuals, because you have the mixing between the two. But it does not allow for anything outside of that. Do you understand? This is why I say, after the T, everything else has to go. Well, this same concept of understanding how to just read the yin-yang and see the matrix and understand the moral set that the prime creative director wants you to live by. And it's not what they tell you. And that's the hard thing. If you think you have to live by some doctrine, some dogma to get your superpowers, you're not going to get it. I'm going to step back. I did the salute. I'm going to show you the salute. Hold on a second. I'm going to fix your salute right now. I did the lesson for you. I'm going to do it again. But the simple meditation is you sit there like this, okay? Get your head, and it's very important. Dialing the Hunyan point. Get the soft crown and your perineum in a line, and get your spine as 2 lines, and get connected to the North Star, and find the North Star. Okay? Find a point in the ground of the wall and just stare at it, and then hear yourself breathe, and follow your breath down and up. That's all you have to do, is sit still and listen and feel yourself breathe. And do that for 5 minutes a day. And if you can, and when you hear yourself thinking, just ignore it. Literally, just keep listening to yourself breathe. Just by listening to yourself breathe in that alignment will change your brain state. You do this over a couple of months, you'll see that everything starts to work right. That's the most important thing. And then you bring that practice into your Wing Chun, into anything. Because you should, when you're doing Wing Chun, you can't be here and there at the same time. You understand? Like it's the OODA loop thing. You have, if your brain, when the mind is active, the body's still, and the body's active, the mind is still. If you're doing Wing Chun and you're doing a Tan Sao or whatever the fuck you're doing, right? If you're doing this, but your mind is thinking about you eating, you're fucked. Right. But the thing is, when people do that, they make it a goal. The goal is not to find tranquility. The goal is not to find some fucking peaceful thing. The goal is to do the thing. The goal is literally do nothing but the thing. Don't color it by saying, I need to be tranquil, I need to be this. No. When you're doing the meditation, you're doing the meditation for the meditation's sake. Because that's what you do. And there's nothing else with that thing. And when you're done with that thing, you do the other thing. And that's why, my autism kicks in, but people don't understand me, and instead of trying to understand me, it's like, right, there's no goal. The goal is no goal. You know what I mean? And it's hard because when people are so pretentious and like, they're so, like, especially the liberals, they think they're so like holy and like righteous, but they're so pretentious and they're so like non-inclusive, but they run with these upside down language that they're so inclusive. They never stop to say, well, let me try to understand this person. No, if they smell something they think is outside their crazy party line, they want to cancel and exile you. What's peaceful and fucking inclusive about that? Like, you know what I mean? This is why like people like me all wound up being moderates and fucking conservatives. Kandila, suka, jaka czysta kanwotki. So, Sean, let's do the salute. So I was talking about this before, and you left. I'm going to do it again for you. Я люблю лизать пизду. Kurwa. So, okay, Sean, so here's the deal. When you go onto the floor, imagine the judges are there, right? So, make a line, okay? And see, you're in the military, you know this, but let's say like, for performance-wise, you walk up to the floor. Can you see me in the corner? I don't know if I'm am I in the shot? I'm not in the shot. Okay, let's say there's a shot. Okay, so let's just say I'm going to walk onto the floor. Right? Sean, you're still here, right? I'm not doing this to myself again, like a fucking retard. Okay, good. So let's just say like that's the line. I'm going to walk onto the floor, right? So, okay, when you walk on. You were in the military, just go back to those days, okay? But then just do it kung fu like. Walk to the center, face, okay? Walk to your spot, face. One beat, okay? One beat. Understand? You have to give them time. You have to give them time. Not only is it, because the subconscious deals in right angles. The right angle is the defining mark of nature. This was Sean. He was so happy, like, okay, let's go. He was like, this dude, he was on like 5 Red Bulls. He was like, let's go, bro. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The form was pretty decent. Jackie Chan. But yeah, so you should be like, Nakia, then walk up. Look at the judges, look at the judges, like, remember the bow, like, and you see people like, they'll rush the salutes. You can't rush this. So you want to think of like a 60 beats per minute click, right? So it's like click, 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 like really give them like time to digest, and then when you finish that, take a step back. So some people just, like, when I suggest, what I want to see is like, you go, this is your starting position, take a step in front of your starting position, and get a little bit closer. Then do your salute. You did 45, that's fine. Okay? So the judges, always look either at them or right behind them. And give them a freaking second and make sure it's like, give them a second. Whatever salute you're doing, okay? Like, give them a second. Like, you go, oos! It doesn't matter, like, because I've done so many different styles and so many fucking salutes. But the point is, give them a second, come at an angle. So you're here, turn, face, take a step. Now, that's your mark for your start. Take a step in front of it. Then do your salute there. Do your salutes. Give them at least a 3 count. Like a 3 beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Step back to your marker. Right, okay? But this little trick, if this is like your marker for the start, where you want to start, because always know the floor you're going to be performing on. Watch the people before you and see how much space it is. Find out, because I don't know about your form, but when I teach, you better start and end in the same place. No, but like start and end on the exact same dot. And you should practice that. Like I usually put like a mark on the floor. So when you start the form, you end the form, same space. So what I want to do is, before I start, I've already measured it out before I go on the floor. Yeah, always at the same spot. So if that's my mark, and here's my mark, right? I'm going to go to my mark, and I'm going to take a step in front of it. Do my bows, and then take a step back. And then, right? So I want to announce my form in their face. Okay, because I want them to remember me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, judges, blah, 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 fuck you! You're gonna watch me do my form and give my trophy or you die! Oos! You understand? Then do the form. But again, my first tournament was 1980 something, Empire State Nationals. So I've been like, the fucking decades of this shit. I've seen the degeneration of how it went down and how bad it is now, and nobody even does that anymore. So if you get the old judges and you do that, you're like, oh shit. Just the shock of how formal you are is going to give you an extra point. You know what I mean? And the other thing is, you cannot, this part of your, I tell my students when I teach, imagine you're in a pool, like you're in a pool up to your collarbone. You don't ever let your nose go in the pool, you'll drown. So no matter what you do not let your fucking nose go down. You know what I mean? So like, because if you look like this, I'll do some webinar, this is a bullshit form. We'll say, we'll do a Tai Chi form, okay? We'll do like Chen and Ching form. Here's one way of looking at it, right? I'll do it fast because we don't have to say the whole fucking day, okay? There's this, and then there's this, right? What looks better? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but immediately, like, I'll keep going because I'm sure he can rewind this shit. But this is a mistake I've seen a lot of people do when they do like form for tournaments. They forget that, I was saying about Stephen Shirley's teacher, they're not martial artists. They're martial arts based performance. They're not martial artists. And a lot of the newer people, they've broken traditions and they're just doing it just to run around and be part of some weird group, or not many people do like Sean and other people who are like, they're still trying to be traditional, but you walk around and nobody has tradition, they're not sharp anymore. You gotta be sharp. So the sharpness comes from like having the grid, like this box. It doesn't matter what form you're doing. Like, if you're doing a form, like any form, you need this box and you need your head to like stay on this thing to maintain the confidence thing. Also, like, and I was telling Sean in the Discord, your head weighs 30 pounds. So this camera's probably crooked. If your head weighs 30 pounds, okay, and your head is like this, or like this, or like this, this is like a counterbalance. So anywhere that your head is off, you're leaning 30 pounds onto that leg. So it's like if your head's over here, you're putting 30 pounds towards your toes. You know what I mean? So like even 5 to 10 degrees off axis, you can have between 30 to 90 pounds of like shearing force on your balance. So like this is like so important. But that's for yourself. But for the judging, you gotta give them this illusion, okay? Because most of the judges are stupid. Okay, like, and my favorite word, they're retarded. That's why I stopped being involved in this show 20 years ago, because the judges were terrible. Most of them aren't as good as the people performing, and all they care about is giving the trophies to the right people. So in order to win in these conditions, you have to make sure that you look so proper that it's hard for them to deny you. You have to do all the extra things. You know, it's a sad state of affairs, but that's just the reality. You know? That's the reality. April Fool's, salute. I feel like I should show you guys my broken toe. You want to be grossed out? Oh, God. Oh, it doesn't look that bad now. Check this out, guys. Here you go. Here you go. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that nice? Yeah, there we go. Actually, it looks pretty good now. I hope you guys had some... Yeah, it hurts really bad. It hurts really bad. Like putting my sock on. Yeah, thanks. Putting the sock on hurts. Walking hurts. Doing anything hurts. But I'm not a pussy. Not any range, no bitch. So, yeah. So that's that. Thank you, Dan. But yeah, so I hope that makes sense for anybody who watches this shit. We need to get more formal with our Kung Fu again. And when you're doing stuff for performance, I mean, everything's outside. So and I think a big mistake when people learn the internal stuff, I've been saying this other times, like, you're doing a form, and they tell you, think about your Dan 10. Think about, no, the tower's outside. Okay? So, like, you gotta think about what the frame looks like. You know what I mean? And that's why you have so many wushu people who win tournaments, but they can't fight for shit. If you're going to do tournaments and you're going to do public displays, the internals don't matter. What matters is symmetry, right? So like I can do, like, for instance, I can do like a tsumaki in karate, right? And I can be off, right? But if I make myself look straight, this is wrong, but it'll look good if I do it this way, right? But it's completely wrong. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's more important how you look, you know, and I think that's the thing that people are missing when it comes to the tournament thing. You know, but the problem is, most of it, you know, like Sean, who's working on the internal stuff, you're so used to going inside and, okay, I want to make sure that, oh, I done 10 this and all this stuff, and that doesn't fucking matter, nobody cares. They don't even know what that is. Most of the judges don't even know what the fuck that means. So you're just like wasting your energy. Wasting all your shit. So, free tip, you know, it doesn't matter what style you're doing, 90% of the systems all have the same thing where you have yin, yang, yin, circular joints, up and down joints, doesn't move, flexes like your elbow. So this trunk needs to stay as vertical as possible while everything moves around it and your head's balanced on top of it. And the more you can do that and sit your ass down, this is where champion form comes from. Okay? Just making yourself look symmetrical because these people are stupid and they don't know the difference. But if you can get the look of good form and then apply the internals inside of it, because the look is balanced, you'll have less issues in the internals. If you're not worried about how the look is, I don't care if you're doing a Wing Chun or you're doing what the fuck it is. If you're doing Wing Chun, you look like this. You know what I mean? It looks sloppy. It probably feels sloppy. So, That's that. But then, you want to do Wing Chun for meditation, right? Just like you're doing the Tan sound. Make sure you feel your feet, you feel your head, right? And what I would suggest you do is start by just listening, and can you listen to yourself breathe and make this move follow the timing of your breathing. When you get good at that, try to breathe through your skin. I know it sounds crazy. That will be the next level. You know, and I'm not talking from a Wing Chun guy perspective, I'm talking from a Qigong perspective. That's the next thing. If you can get that together, you'll be golden. You'll be golden. All right, any more questions, comments? You know, I just, right. I was just talking about that. You know, but that's the real thing. And I learned that in 2000 on accident. So 2000 was with my Qigong master. There's different methods. What I'm saying is from a base level of understanding of Qigong and meditation, you just want to listen. Just be aware that you're breathing, right? And you can either control the breathing and be aware of it, or just be aware of listening to the breathing. That is it's a major feat. It sounds so simple, but to just hear yourself breathe and focus your intention on not letting go of hearing yourself breathe is already, for most people, like over here. So yes, I mean, there's different methods. Cause like you can try to make, like, for instance, Tai Chi form. There's breathing methods where it's like you breathe in. Like, this would be like the hardest Tai Chi form you ever did. If you have to get all the breaths to work together, so like Pung is an up breath, so the up breath would be like this. And that's all one up breath. It's all like one up breath. And you have to do like, it's fucked up. And then you go up breath. Out breath, out breath, out breath, out breath, out breath, out breath, out. To do the form that slow and keep to breathing in time is insane. It's really, really hard. And if you have the mental, like, because I'm like, autistic fucking moron, I can focus like that. But to keep the physicality of it's hard. Yes, but don't feel like you're going to push it up. Because if you feel you're pushing up, you're going to be too busy. And you don't want to think sinking either, because sinking is an action. And there's a lot of mistranslations. This is the seminar, I'm explaining this. If you think to sink, what happens to your body? Because visualization is actualization. If I start thinking sinking, what's going to happen? Subconsciously, I'm thinking I'm sinking in sand. I'm sinking, I'm sinking, I'm sinking, I'm sinking, I'm sinking. If you're thinking push up, push up, push up, no. Align. Just align. Don't do anything else. Because if you start using those words, this is why bad Tai Chi and bad Wing Chun come from. The translation is wrong. Like, Trishal is like elbows, not hand. Shao is Trishal is elbow. Like, the way that people pronounce things and when you translate it, it's fucked up. If you think sink, subconsciously, you're gonna start to collapse yourself. If you think push up, you're gonna start getting like, it's just weird. No, just stand. Like, literally just stand and then connect this to the nose stop. You just, what I mean is like, get your spine and your intestines to do that and not be twisted. And then just relax, meaning tighten every muscle and then let them go. That's it. They say the string of pearls. So what I'm trying to go for is I just let my tailbone hang and I chuck my head to connect. So it's like, I'm not trying to stretch up. I'm just letting it like wobble and then connect. And then once I connect, I feel like this, it's like this wiggly, it's like a magnetic wobble. I can't explain it what. And you just chill there for a second so you feel, oh, there it is. And now I have the pole. It's that simple. Don't do extra. Because when you start saying, oh, sync this and think about the Dantian that, and words are colored. And what it is you have the frontal cortex, the amygdala, and the cerebellum. And these three parts of the brain work differently. And the way you get into subconscious is like the way that your frontal cortex recognizes language is different than the way the amygdala and the cerebellum respond, and how the subconscious responds. Okay? So when you say the word sync, it has three different meanings in your brain. Okay? So that's why I say just align and then let nature take its course. Oh shit, what's up, John? Nice to see you, but I gotta have one April Fool's Day shot for John, Seafood Johnson. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. I'm sure he knows a bunch of like the proper. Dan, you should talk to John actually, because he's been doing the Wing Chun and he's up in Hong Kong. He knows all the Wing Chun people. I'm just trying to explain to you how I look at like this general science of like Qigong. But if you start to translate the things wrong, you start adding effects that don't belong there. So like when I tell my students, like, don't think of sync the chi. Sync the chi is bullshit, right? Because if I'm syncing the chi, I need the chi to hit you, right? If I have to hit the guy over here and I'm syncing, I'm in quicksand, right? Because my subconscious is thinking, my energy's double heavy down. Yeah, he knows his shit, you know? So what I was saying about this, like, you have to think about what they meant and change the language. So I say pour, right? I say pour the chi, right? I'm gonna pour my blood. And what's the chi? It's another fucking word, you know? So that's another word that's not good, and I would say stay away from that. But for the meditation, the basic meditation, the spine is the antenna, and then you have the visceral tract and neural tract. Get the spine and the guts to go in the line. So basically, your mouth to your butthole, just think of it as a tube down. Forget you have intestines, just roll with me for a second. Your mouth to your butthole is a tube. And your spine, from the back of your head to your butt, is a tube, it's a bone. You want to make believe that the two lines going straight. Effectively, what's happening is you're making a plumb line through your guts and a plumb line through the center of your spine. Once you get them two straight and the lines of the North Star, right, you now have a positive charge and a negative charge. So you have the ground which is negative and the North Star is positive, right? So that's like the foundation of every single Qigong thing in the world, whether they're doing it this way or not. Mechanically, it's all that's happening. Then you do any of the variations of breathing. But like I said before, fundamentally, all it is that you're locking all five senses. If you're doing a mantra, or you're doing a Qigong, or you're doing Wing Chun this way, there's a difference. Mechanically, the mind can only do so many things. So if you're doing Wing Chun, you can do the same thing. You do the Tan sound. Okay, I'm going to listen to myself breathe while staying in the mechanical alignment and just pay attention to the thing I'm doing. Doesn't matter if you're doing Wing Chun or Tai Chi or whatever, it doesn't make a difference. You could be sitting here and doing it with a push kick. And just do the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. The fact is that everything's together. You know what I mean? So if you're doing a standing meditation, sitting meditation, movement meditation, it's the same thing. Right. You know, so if you're contracting and lifting, and you don't have to do all that. Because if your goal is just to get the nervous system and the body circulation to baseline, and to clear your consciousness to focus on the thing, that's the most important thing about the meditation. So if you drink whiskey, you stop, and you say, okay, I'm drinking whiskey, and you stop and you drink the whiskey. That's the essence of Chan and Zen right there, is do one thing at a time. You know? My master said to me is, because I said I had the same answer when I first met him, this was like 2000, he says to me, when you're healthy, you don't feel anything. It's when you feel things, something's wrong. The idea is to feel nothing. You know, the Heart Sutra is like emptiness. Everything's emptiness. You shouldn't feel anything. Right, and you can do any of that stuff and they're all valid. But what Dan was asking me is about like how to start meditation. And I try to tell people, if you try to make it too fancy, you're never going to do it. It's more important to have a thing that's going to work and get you on the path. Just sit down for 5 minutes, get your spine straight, look at a point, and hear yourself breathe. And if you can focus on the sound of your breath and not moving your eyes, that is already, if you get the body in alignment and locked, you get your breathing and your perception of the breath and your hearing unlocked, you've already done the meditation. You know what I mean? You're meditating, you know what I mean? Then you take that to any practice you do. So if you're doing Wing Chun, you're doing Tai Chi, because Dan knows Wing Chun, right? You should, because like I said, I first learned the Wing Chun stuff, you can't use like, you're doing this, you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I was already like, I think it was brown belt or black belt, first dan or something at the time. You know, so like I had already been used to doing that kind of stuff, like standing postures and all this crap. But I remember it like, you know, this is kind of slow. You know, and then like, other people doing Wing Chun, and they were just like, let's just smack each other around. You know, like, but the first it was interesting. So I mean, I know it can be done. I just don't know the specific, like the right meditation practice for like, the Wing Chun guys, because this is going back 30 years, right? You know, but I know they have it. You know what I mean? But mechanically, what I'm telling you is like a universal thing that I don't think anybody can argue with. It's a mechanical thing, and then once you have the basic mechanical thing, then you put the microcosmic orbit, then you put the bone, you know, and you said pore breathing. How I came into that was I was doing bone breathing. And it was like I was like 19, 20 when I first met my Qigong master, and like I remember, and I felt like I asked him like, why do I feel like I'm breathing into my skin? And he goes, oh, very good. I was like, what does this mean? Like I don't understand. Because like I was doing the regular Qigong and like child meditation stuff, and I remember like, you know, I was like, wait, this is weird. I can feel like I'm breathing into my skin. Like, you know, is that normal? Like, am I like on some like weird, did you put something in the tea? At that point, you know, that's when weird stuff, I mean, you start seeing glowing people and like all kinds of crazy things start to happen. Oh, he does that also? I didn't know he does that. My Qigong master was from Taiwan. I spoke Cantonese. I could not communicate with him, and he was always mad. He goes, I wish you speak Taiwanese. I cannot teach you. You know, he wanted to teach me more. He couldn't teach me. So I did like the Qinal and Qigong with him. So I learned how to do bone setting and stuff. But he was always mad because I couldn't. The Taiwanese Mandarin, it's like, I don't like the sound of it. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it was just weird how it happened. You know, it was right before I took the refuge, actually, is when I had that effect. I was like 19, 20, something like that. But yeah, and it was just weird. Like I was just doing the regular meditation, the bone breathing and all that stuff, and then I was like I feel like a tree. Like, is this what trees feel like? Because like, you can feel it like going in your skin. It's just so like, weird. It's a weird feeling. But I don't think you should try to get the effect. I think you should just breathe. And then how I did it was like, because I think my whole Tai Chi and karate method, even from karate, was all from the bone. We're always taught to think of the bone marrow. You have no muscles. There's no muscles in your body, you're just a bone. And everything's bone. So it was very easy for me because my whole life from the old karate was like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say what you should be feeling. I just know what I feel. You know, and I know that what I feel like, you know, like a lot of people who say they do Qigong, like they never did Qigong with like any kind of master. No, I studied with him in America, New York, but he was from Taiwan. I think he went back to Taiwan. I haven't seen him since 2022. Oh, okay, you felt that. You know, so that's is what it is. Yeah, I don't even remember what I said in the video. I come on and I tell you guys what I tell you, and then I forget it. I forget it. You know, but I think of it as a very mechanical thing. There's no, you know, even like the remote viewing shit, like all the weird like ninja magic stuff. It's just, it's the same thing as learning how to move your ears. Like most people are like, oh, I can't move my ears. Yes, you can. You didn't try. You didn't try hard enough and long enough. You know, so it's just you figure out how to move your ears. It's nothing special. But yeah, so but my point is, Dan, the most easy meditation out of everything though is just to listen to yourself breathe. If you're ever in a position like how I survive so much crazy stuff, is just listen to yourself breathe. Oh, no doubt with it. Well, you know, next time get the goals, bro. I'll see you next time, Sean. And you're very welcome, man. It was actually a really good performance, you know. And I did a little thing when you were away about like keeping your head up and the balancing and stuff. So you'll be able to check that later if you want to go back. Have a good night. But I was saying something stupid. It didn't really matter. What was I talking about? What was I saying? But oh yeah, to Dan. So the fastest, because the point of meditation for most people is to change your brain state. The fastest way to change your brain state is just to hear yourself breathe. Right? It's literally just, if you could stop right now and just internally, audiation, hear yourself breathing from the inside your head, not from the outside, from the inside. This is important. You're not listening from the outside of the ear, from the inside of the ear. And hear yourself breathe. Once you do that for 3 seconds, your brain state changes. So you'll feel it. You'll feel like your eye focus changes, the way you're perceiving time changes. That's meditation. It's like, oh wow, I'm an ninja now. You know what I mean? It's very simple. And then you bring that into your practice everywhere. Because if you don't have that, I can hear myself breathe thing and lock your mind in, it doesn't matter if you're doing, your wind chimes gonna suck. Your wind chimes gonna suck. If you can't stop and be doing the thing, it's gonna, you know, it feels weird, right? Once you understand what I mean by not out here in your ears, from the inside. When you hear yourself breathe, it's like the perception of reality immediately changes because the body's a machine. Everybody's machine works the same way. So you gotta get yourself into that brain state shift and then do your martial arts and keep going back to that state. Because that's how you program the amygdala and the cerebellum. You don't want to be working for your frontal cortex all the time. You have to program. It's like, I was check something out in a video that said it. It's like, your Tai Chi doesn't, you don't practice Tai Chi until you're doing it, like wrestling until you're tired, right? And he said, like, because I said this also from karate, but you know, it was recent, I just saw this like a week or two ago or something. And he was like, you don't know skill until you have no energy left, right? But then what happens when you have no energy left? You have no bullshit in your head either. Because you've drained your glucose level so much you can't even think anymore. So the only thing left is what motor motions are programmed in your guts, your amygdala, and your cerebellum. So it's like, you need to program your kung fu in the amygdala and cerebellum in the guts. And the guts is actually on the brain, the way that the nerves hang together. They don't talk about this in Western science, but like the way your guts move together is an actual brain. So you need to get the kung fu in there. You can't program the kung fu there if you're in the frontal cortex. And you can't get out of the frontal cortex until you have either a burnout where you train so hard that you've like burnt out and the front brain just collapses, or you trick it into shutting down, and that's what the breath does. So I think the little breathing trick of just hear yourself from the inside will shut your fucking stupid brain up and you can do your kung fu better. So, but that weird feeling is what you want, because that's the weird is where the woo happens. I was just explaining to Sifu Shirley about this in the lesson, that my whole form is juggling, is using structure to juggle the feeling of pung and an and never let it go. And like the old master in Chinatown will tell you, we'll teach it to you once, if you figure it out, good, if not, fuck you. It's the eyes open is better, because if your eyes are closed, you can start to imagine stuff or fall asleep. But when your eyes are open on a fixed point, for fighting it's important to keep your eyes open, because we used to splash water in our eyes and all kinds of weird shit. But you've got to be able to stare at a dot with your eyes and not move, right? And even when your eyes are watering, like you have to stare at the fucking dot and that's not move. It does things to your brain, prepares you. Yeah, normally it's 45 degrees. Like if you're doing a sitting meditation, if you're standing meditation, just literally find the dot as far away as you can in the room, level to your eyes, and then look through the dot. And just keep staring through it. And don't let your eyes move. It's really hard. Believe it or not, it's actually very hard for most people. Most people, when I used to teach like this stuff, there's my first lesson with my master. So we have this meditation we do, right? And you breathe in is one breath, and you bring the air down, and you breathe out, it goes up your spine. That's a 1 count. Now, you have to imagine a gold light, and you imagine a gold light, and then for every cycle of 1, 2 is one count is an in-breath and an out-breath over your head. That's a 1, put a gold light up. Do that 10 times, so you see 10 gold lights, and then repeat. Here's the thing, if you hear anything else other than the counting, and if you see anything else other than the gold lights, you have to start over again. And you have to do that 10 times. So that was actually the first of my Qigong meditation training I ever did. Like, I was doing like, the Zen meditation, like, I was like, a little kid, like 13, 14. But when I started getting into like the Chinese style of Buddhism and stuff instead of Japanese style, that's the first thing I was ever taught, was the gold lights and the breathing. And most people can't stop their mind from talking to itself or thinking of something else for more than a couple of seconds. So if you can get 10 lights following the breath without moving and not thinking of anything else, you're really good. But it shouldn't be difficult. All you have to do is count your breaths 10 times and imagine a freaking gold light. There's only 10 of them. Like for me, and I don't know if I was born autistic and that's the thing, because I had like some kind of like ADHD. Now like people who are smart with high IQs are now autistic. So I'm autistic. So I don't know if it's my autism that allows me to do it or if it's I train so hard that allows me to do it. I can't tell you. But I can I can literally shut it and turn it back on, and all I hear is it's just the weirdest thing. I can just shut it down. I can just snap it shut. That's what people understand, like, oh, you're not a Buddhist and you're not this and because you're acting like, no, this is a program. My personality is a program, it's an avatar. This isn't me, none of this is me. It's like you guys don't get it. My interface is how I'm interfacing with reality through a language module. My language module is from South New York and Brooklyn. This is what it sounds like, the interface. But it's a very strange thing. I just hear ringing, and then I just have an impulse of it's like. And I guess also from doing meditation and being a hermit, you start to think without words. You can turn the narrator off, but you can still think, if that makes sense. It's like a feeling, like you feel rather than think. And it feels like you're here rather than here. I don't know how to explain it any other way. It feels like I compartmentalized and I literally said, you're done, and then I'm here, or sometimes I go really deep, actually I'm over here. It's weird. That's how it feels. I don't know if there's a science behind that, but that's what it feels like. But so I hope that helps you, but the meditation thing is really simple. Just like I showed you, it felt weird, right? Just let yourself breathe, it works. And the more you do it. But what I think is more important though, is once you shut down the narrator, because you are the observer, right? In the occipital protuberance, you're the bump behind your head. Think of that as you, okay? And then there's this other program, this AI, that's in the front of you, that does the words and the pictures and the wants and the needs, right? That's not you. The people that think you're Dan or I'm Damien or whoever the fuck it is, that's not you. It's an avatar. It's all facade. It's all fake. You understand? All of this is fake. None of this is real. So when you understand that, you separate yourself from the narrator or the projection of reality. It's called the ego. Don't kill your ego. You don't have to kill anything. In fact, you're not supposed to kill anything, even your ego. Don't kill things. Stop killing things. Just say, dude, we just need you to be quiet for a minute. Put him to sleep. Go in your room. That's it. And then once you do that, you can now start to reprogram it with the prime creator directive. And then you start to see the reality that everything you taught's been a lie. Everything's been taught inside out and backwards. You don't have to be pretentious to be a good person. You don't have to be to be a Buddhist, you don't have to be a pussy, right? To be a Christian, you don't have to be a pussy. Jesus wasn't a pussy. He flipped fucking tables and smacked people with a fucking whip, was hanging out with prostitutes and all the derelicts. Okay? Jesus wasn't a punk bitch. The Buddha has a warrior attendant with a fucking diamond sword that slays demons. He wasn't a punk bitch. Okay? So you have to get away from the worldly, earthly ideas of virtue and intention, and then when you get rid of that shit and you just keep doing this and you go outside and stare at the tree and talk to the insects and the animals, it just makes sense. It just makes sense, I promise you. Because it's the answers are everywhere, but no one's listening. It sounds fucking unfortunately bullshit, but that's what the reality is, and nobody wants to hear it because they're so stuck in, it's outside. It's not outside. It's not anywhere. There is no place. There's no thing or no place. And I try to explain to people when they're still in the matrix, they're not going to believe it, and it's I can't take it. But then I show them I can break the reality wall for you. I can show you I can do things that are supernatural, and it's not enough for them. No, it has to be the way that the book said, because Thomas Cleary said this, and this guy said that. And I'm saying, forget the books. I'm telling you how to do it yourself and download that directly, and you don't want to hear it. I'm teaching you how to hack the matrix, bro. You don't want it? I don't have to tell you. I hacked the matrix. I forgot the monk's name, but and part of the reason why I actually because I was sober straight edge for decades, and what it was is that I said the only rule that you can't break is eating meat. You know what I mean? Because then you lose your compassion. But in order to integrate with society, because I went down the hardcore monk path for a while, and in order to integrate with society, you can't be perfect. When I was younger and I was idealist and I was following I did everything you think that the idealist, martial artist, Buddhist, Christian would do. I lived that life. And I was crucified at every turn. You guys seen it. You guys seen the fucking Fajin group and the Rumso Fist group come after me. You've seen the Antifas and the BLM turn after me. You've seen even the Republicans. Everyone came after me for being the good guy. And then on top of it, you can't be a monk-like person living in society. You can't do it. You can't. There's no, because you're so far removed from these people. You have to become a normal peasant human again. You know what I mean? But then I learned everything is food, medicine, and poison. Right? So it's you gotta treat things like food, medicine, and poison. Alcohol is a medicine, it's a food, and it's a poison. So it's if I have one shot, I sip it for an hour and a half. It's a medicine, it can be nutritious because of sugar. Once you get past a certain level, it's poison. If you drink water, water is food, water can be medicine. Drink too much water, you can die. So everything in the reality has 3 states. Most people, they think, oh, you can't be this. They're so wrapped up. And I'm going to give this to you guys. So my master told me a story. It was Damo maybe, or fucking Harma, one of these big monks. And he's in this cave. He's sitting in the cave for fucking 9 years and shit. And he's chilling there, and then some all these wannabe disciples come oh, I want to study with you, master, I want to study with you. And he turns them all away. And there's this one guy who goes in front of the cave, and he's please let me study with you, please let me study with you. And he's no, get away from me. So then he's sitting there for a month, and now he's starving. It's still his breakfast. So then he's starving, and he's freaking out, and and finally the monk he feels bad for him. He's listen, come inside, I'll feed you, because you're going to die. So thank you. So he comes inside, and so he's making jump. It's like I don't know how you say it, Mandarin or whatever. It's like rice porridge. You basically boil rice until it's like milky, okay? And so you make him like this rice porridge, and he has one kind of his own bowl. So he makes his, and he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm having a bowl." And then he goes in the back of the cave, and there's a human skull, right? So he takes the skull, he blows it off, he dusts it off, and he pours the rice in the fucking bowl. And this guy goes, "What are you doing?" And he kicks it. What the fuck? He goes, "You fucking fool! You'll never find the enlightenment if you're so you think about these things. Like you're so worried about what I'm giving it to you in. It's like you're missing the point." Like most people who study anything, they think they know, and they don't know. Because if it's not presented, like this is why I have so many problems with so many people, because instead of them trying to stop and understand me, they'd rather understand a projection of what they think I am. So they'll call me a white supremacist, they'll call a Taino Indian Hispanic a white guy, right? They'll call, I don't vote, so they'll call me a Republican, I don't vote, okay? They'll call me a transphobe or like a racist and you don't even know me. People are so ignorant. So when it comes to Buddhism martial arts, 99% of the people are just complete fucking trash. So, keep it simple. Nobody survives life alive. Keep it fucking simple. You know what I mean? Just listen to yourself breathe, stare at the sun in the morning and at night, stare at the moon, okay? Listen to the animals, talk to the bees, the bumblebees. I know it sounds crazy, all right? Talk to the animals, pay attention to them, watch them, because they speak, but they don't speak in our language. If you fucking pay attention, they all speak. It's crazy. Oh God. It's so sad what's going on in the martial, especially the online martial arts. Listen, I've been fighting, as an advocate for 3 decades, okay? I've been attacked by everybody, the best of them. I've gone up against corporations, you guys have no idea my story. But what I found in the martial arts community, how they gang stalked me and came after me, you know what I mean? It's too crazy. Nobody's gotten more shit than me. Okay? Nobody. And it was so funny because I should have been the poster child. In that Fajing fucking forum, in the Rumso Fist forum, I should have been their poster child. Okay? I was in 20s and 30s. I was super high rank. I was super in shape. I was super humble. I did everything the way you're supposed to do it. And they came after me with a vengeance. Okay? And the thing that they do is so fucking junior high school bully bullshit. These are grown men in the 60s to 80s acting like fucking little girls. They're disgusting. Okay? They're fucking disgusting. They're fucking disgusting people. There's records of it, I'm sure, So, not once have I ever seen any of those people live up. Just say there's the fucking crazy liberals. They all preach that they're so inclusive and they're so this. I don't see any of them act that way. I don't see any of them have the morals of a fucking, any saints. They're all super aggravated, always attacking anybody different than them. If you're not part of our group, you're the enemy. You're the bad guys. Don't you get it? And like I said, the age of Aquarius, the fucking eclipse markers, this summer, you're gonna see the downfall of all this crazy shit. Me as a Hispanic Native American, why am I so against the DEI stuff? Why? Because I'm smarter than you. Okay? I'm autistic and I'm fucking smarter than you. It ends bad. That's why. Yeah, because those people are actually bigger channels that are using fake accounts. So, I mean, there's actually a tiny hat people conspiracy. That's another thing. Okay, we're not gonna get into that right now. But most of those people that you see, what it is that they're the same people that they have like these like multiple accounts, and they have like a small group, and they target people to basically. There's a couple of ringleaders, right? They're sociopaths, and then like they get like narcissistic flying monkey. Look up narcissistic personality disorder and like flying monkeys, and they'll explain to you. Because everything on this is cluster B disorder, logical fallacy. But what they do is they target people and they try to like destroy them and cancel them. Okay? And you know, some of it's because of the ego, some of it's because of the market relation. They didn't want me to get big because I was already a master before they started training at their age. I was in my 20s, and I'm already higher level and performing at a higher level than they'll ever get. They hated my guts for existing. I didn't understand that as a kid. I was a dealist. You know? So they try to call out the market, you know, and then imagine how many people since COVID have stolen my shit and built their career. Let's just be honest, guys. Okay? They stole like parts of my shit and built their career. You know, there's only a couple legit people like Mark Ramis and like, you know, John, like a couple like, and notice like all the like cool people, or people that know their shit, they're always like respectful. Hey, you know, like I don't agree with everything you say, but they're fucking like respectful, not retarded people. You know what I mean? You get these fucking weirdos that don't have the real juice, you know, and they're always doing crazy shit. But what they're doing is gang stalking, it's illegal, and unfortunately for them, they don't know how technology works. People are going to go to jail. Mark my fucking words. These groups, there's people in those groups are going to wind up in fucking jail for what they did. If not for me, directly, because of the way the AIs are going to work and track them down, they've been fucking with a lot of people, and some people actually off themselves. I'm just going to say that. Because of the things that they do, and then they gang up on people, and they manipulate people to go after people. You know, they want to destroy people's lives, they want to control, or they want to destroy people's channels so that they don't corner the market. They'll steal like people's content and like the way they speak or like their movements, and then like they'll try to destroy them so that they can. It's what they call it, destiny swapping. If you go in the tarot world, they call it a destiny swap, where people will like they'll try to steal your mannerisms and like your intention and like your traits, and then they'll attack you so that you have to come out differently, and then like they're like, oh well, now I'm the real person, you know, and it's like. It's just this game that they play. But you, Clement, because you look like you're in your 20s or 30s. I don't even know how old you are, but you look like you don't look like you're in your 40s yet. So like you're dealing with guys in their 50s to 70s who are acting like that, and it's just fucking because they haven't been punched in the face before. You know, like, and the problem when they ran to me is that they don't realize that I've been preparing for this my whole fucking life. Okay, 34. Okay, I was gonna say you don't look your 40 yet. So, like, they don't realize how much I've been through. Like, by the time I was 20, I've been in gang wars. I was doing all kind of fucking crazy shit. I'm not afraid of these fucking people. You know what I mean? And like in my 20s, I was an advocate. You know, I was one of the first generations of anonymous. So I was doing crazy shit. You know, like you guys have no idea. So I'm not afraid of any of this fucking shit. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I live to represent, you know, the guys upstairs. You know, as long as like the gods know that I did the right thing, I don't give a fuck about anybody. I don't care what anybody thinks. You know. So, but you're gonna see it. They're coming. All this stuff's coming down. And here's another problem: the whole market of like the internal Chinese styles, because like it's burnt. Most of the people are copying other people in the source amnesia. So you have all the fascia people. I blame the Marshall Man and Mark Ramis for this because most people don't actually pay attention to the teaching. They'll see a clip and they, oh, that got views. Let me talk about that too. And then 3 to 4 levels down, nobody remembers where it came from. They've taken internal martial arts to a point where these new stars since COVID, these like YouTube personalities. They hit their max level, and they're running out of shit to talk about, and they're so busy because remember, like the way the algorithms work, it tries to keep you addicted to watching. But what people don't know is it tries to keep creators addicted to creating. So these people got on a hamster wheel of creation, and they're willing to steal for it because they're addicted to the chimes and the views and the numbers. They don't understand the system they're in. So the entire collective of internal martial arts, Tai Chi, Wing Chun people, like 90% of them, like they've been copying and just regurgitating people's shit, and now they have nothing left. And the truth is that all of it's garbage. Like my goal with the Fajing, sequence planning, I was expecting to see more people like, intermediate and advanced people like John, like other people who were already super high level, who like wanted to hear a different way of explaining or maybe a piece that they didn't see, and I can get a piece from them. Because I was thinking more like, because I was on YouTube, but it was a community blog, okay? Like it's not like what it is now. So I was thinking like there's gonna be more martial artists, and like we're gonna be like this, like find like the high level people who are like doing the thing, and like like I'll help like the people in the middle, and I'll find the big guys, and I'll give them the thing they're missing. I can steal the thing they're it was just like I was trying to get like the pool of shit, and what I found is like a cesspool of fucking peasantry, and like these little weird troll thieves, and all this fucking psychotic shit, but. Long story short, it's all going down. These people have hit like the limit. The Fajing and Fascia bullshit is already done. They've already destroyed the name of Tai Chi. People don't even know what Tai Chi is anymore. People don't know what Wing Chun anymore. People think Wing Chun is chop 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 chop. You know what I mean? Like, I do Wing Chun. Woo, ching chong chong chong. They're like, they don't know anything. I consider myself like a low intermediate in Wing Chun, you know what I mean? And I'm like an expert compared to some of these experts. And I don't know shit. Like I know I know enough to play Chi Sao with people. I know enough to apply it in my systems. But like, compared to what some of these people, like they're like garbage and they're acting like experts. So like, I'll fucking murk you. And I'm not even good at that. It's not even my style. So like the ceiling of good has gotten so low that like it's hit a wall. And the Tai Chi people like this, they're hit a wall. I stopped pushing shit because I wanted to see what would happen if I stopped giving people new shit. You know what I mean? And people are just like, what do I do now? Damien's not around, we can't like make fun of him and we can't steal his content. What do we talk about now? We're gonna find somebody else to steal from. And they're literally like eating each other's shit to keep the hamster wheel going. And now it's like dying off. There's no, the real stuff. I started, it was a Yokyo or 56.com. There was another site before YouTube I used to watch, right? Like I was really analyzing stuff, and I don't remember the fucking name of it. But like when I started learning the secret Fajing stuff and reverse engineering it, I got that stuff between 99 and 2000, like when I started doing the Fajing stuff. Because I got a torrent. It wasn't even like, because you couldn't even stream like YouTube yet. It was like a fucking BitTorrent or LimeWire or one of those fucking torrent things. And someone sent me this video of like, maybe it was the Fang Sheng guy, I don't remember. But I saw this guy and my students were like, yo, what the fuck is that? And I saw him like, what the fuck is that 5G bullshit? I'm like, I don't believe this. And that was my mission. And by 2001, I was already doing it, And I reverse engineered it, and I met some people in Chinatown I played with, I felt it. I was like, okay, that's how you do it, And then I just moved it on. But to me, like, that's like, the reason I did it was to get those people community-wise and to also just expose it. Because people were saying, oh, this is fake, this is fake. I'm like, no, it's not fake. It's a mechanical thing. I'm a certified trainer. I'm a high-level black belt. I fought for real. Let me show you how the trick works. And then like all these people like vomited in my face, stole my shit, attacked me, like treated me like a fucking asshole. I'm like, but isn't that what you wanted? Like the Fajing group and the fucking Rumso Fist group, they were such envious, jealous pieces of shit. Like all of these guys are such assholes. I was so much younger than them and so much better than them. They had to attack me. Instead of supporting me, if they would have supported me in the early when was it, fucking 2008 or something? I don't remember when Facebook started. I was 20, 30 something, what the fuck it was. if they would have supported me, where would the industry be right now? Because if like me, at my 20s and 30s, if they would have made me the poster child, and like, that's the guy we're looking for, that's the star that's going to bring back Tai Chi and the internal martial arts, I would have saved everybody. But they attacked me, and then like, what do they get for it? They don't see the butterfly effect. They don't see that by attacking me, they destroyed themselves. Like, they were supposed to like take me under their wing. They're the older guys, right? They're the ones with more experience. They're supposed to like, by decorum, take me under their wing and like, show me the ropes, make sure nobody attacks me. But no, they collectively tried to ruin my life while I'm by myself, an orphan, Buddhist monk, ninja, who's like the fucking face of what everything they ask for. The fighter, he's moral, he's a vegetarian guy, he does charity, and all the fucking things. They should have taken me and held me up, and they fucking tried to ruin my life. They don't bother sucking people, right, because it's all ego. The Rumso Fist, the fucking Fajin group, they're all fucking ego morons. It's all fucking bullshit. They're a joke. And I'd like any of them to fucking have a problem with me, I'll find me. Okay? I'm tired of it. And then people say, oh, he's so mean. I'm so mean because I've been abused my entire life. I can't be nice anymore. Nice doesn't fucking work. Like, even Jesus flipped tables and beat people with a fucking whip as a point where, like, I have a picture on my community tab of a Buddhist monk putting up two fingers. There's a fucking point where it's like the Buddhist warrior attendant takes out the sword and slays the demons. There's a point where fucking, the Yama, the fucking ruler of hell has to come and handle fucking people. There's duality, it's like, I can't be nice. They won't let me. I want to be nice. I see a chick saying you can become a Wing Chun Sifu in 8 months. That's not my perfect example. And that's another thing, anybody in this day and age, and that's the thing with this fucking crazy left-wing, super alt-left crazy people after the letter T, the QIA++, Apple Z, whatever the fuck it is. Everybody after the letter T in that era is fucking retarded. I'm going to say it straight up. If you come LBGT, I want to find the date. Find the date where it's LBGT and then they put the Q and everything else. That's the day where fucking society went retarded. My job, everything was fine. There was an equilibrium. LBGT was good. It's 4 letters, it's square, it's fine. Everybody went full retard when they added extra letters. That's like a defining moment in time life. Everybody's a participation trophy. Oh, you can literally become, there's people who I know who just, they became seafood because they said so. Never had a fucking master, never studied under a master, but now they're the master because YouTube said so. And then like you try to explain to them the decorum and why you don't want it, and like you don't get it. It's fucking bananas. It's bananas. And then the Fajin people's like, and then the fucking, the Fajin group and the Rumso Fist group, they're like, oh, he doesn't have a real teacher. He's not this one. Like, okay, well, this is my teacher. This is my lineage. This is the program. Oh, I guess he does have a real teacher. Like, oh, we can't say that about him now. Let's find something else. Like, it's fucking bananas. It's fucking banana sandwiches. It's banana sandwiches. And it's like, I was trained to live the monk life. So it's like, I don't mind being alone. I like being alone. I like training alone. I like my meditation. I like speaking to the animals and the bees. Like, I'm very happy here. I only come out because I feel like there's people who, like, it's a karmic duty. Like, I'm supposed to be part of society. I'm supposed to help people. But I try to help people, like, fuck you! Like, okay, bro. Those groups are so toxic, and the people that run them need to go to jail. The people in those Fajin forums and all the sock puppet accounts need to go to jail. Okay? Because, especially in the martial arts forum, they talk so much shit, and I'm like, you know what? I'll fight you. I'll fight you. People say, I'm Bushido. I'm like, I'm Bushido what? Let's put on some clothes, bro. Let's find out. Let's find out, bro. I'll handle you like I handled the 200 before you. I'm gonna fucking wreck you. They're like, he's mean. So it's like, no matter what you do with these people, if you act accordingly and you follow the Quran, you're a Buddhist, you do everything right, you're humble, it doesn't work. If they say, you show that they want certification, they want things, you show them certifications, doesn't work. They say, well, you're not a fighter, you're Bushido. Okay, let's fight. Oh, it doesn't work. There's no winning. I can't fucking win. I spent 15 years being the Buddhist, Christian, fucking humble guy, doing everything by the book. Attack. You know, then they would say, oh, you don't have a real teacher, you don't know much. I give them my lineage names, they go search up my teachers. Oh, we can't say I'm the teacher anymore. They say, oh, well, you're Bushido, you can't fight. I'm like, oh, right, motherfucker, let's fight. Oh, you're violent. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? What do you want from me? What do you want? It's like, literally, there's no winning with these fucking people. You're Bushido. Okay, I'll fight you then, bro. I'll still fuck you up. Let's go. Where do you want to meet? Tell me the gym. Let's fucking go. It's like the indefensible martial arts guy. The guy from fucking the UK, a fucking ginger fucking bitch. My bitch. 3 months. Bro, come to the Discord. Let's hang out. I'll explain. Come on the live stream. We'll fucking chat. We'll explain what's going on. No. I'm like fucking begging the guy. Please, I'm trying to de-escalate this. Please. No. Okay, now I'm gonna fucking murk you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Okay? If I see you, I'm gonna smash your fucking teeth into the concrete. You're mean. You just called me a pussy because I'm not a fighter. But now that I'm gonna fight you, 100% for real, now I'm a mean person. Like, I can't fucking... He is retarded, that's my point. And one of my friends, it got mad at me for calling people retards and called me a transphobe. I'm like, but these people are retarded! I'm not transphobic, I know more trannies than anybody. I have more transsexual fucking supermodel transsexual friends than any of you. These people call me trans. It's fucking crazy. This fucking world is crazy. What do you call them other than retarded? What other word can I fucking use other than call these people retarded? I don't know what else to say. I fucking don't have another word. You have an IQ less than 100, you were a moron. Okay? The majority of people now have an IQ less than 100, 98. You are literally a moron. 30 years ago, you were actually non-functional. You were not able to function in society. Okay? Like, most of these people are fucking retarded. Retarded is a musical term. It means to be slow. It doesn't mean you have Down syndrome. It means that you were slow. There's something wrong, like, in your facilities. These people are retarded. If you get too drunk, you're fucking actually retarded. It means you're slowed down. But these fucking liberals, they turn words like this, they make everything a fucking thing. That fucking liberal cult fucking Orwellian doublespeak bullshit is newspeak. That's what it is, newspeak. Like, words when I use them don't mean the same thing to this next generation. I also don't think they realize how old I am. But yeah, those fucking people suck. They suck the devil's dick. And I'm not afraid to say it. And I'm gonna make our brand on it. My brand, and you know, the thing is, we're not gonna play favorites. We're not here to fucking like, no. We're here to, a universal law of goodness and virtue. I don't care, you know? Double plus good, sir. Double plus good, exactly. We don't care if you're a liberal or this or what we care about is, are you a good person by universal standards? And my thing is this. I do not care about your fucking agenda. Don't fuck with little kids. I don't care if you're gay, straight, lesbian. When you're 18 and you want to cut your tits and your dick off, you do that. Don't fucking make a 4-year-old kid confused. Let the kid figure it on his own. When he's old enough, he can figure it out. Don't make him make a permanent decision that's going to have him basically a medical fucking... He's going to be needing medical care for the entirety of his life because of the decision his parents made at fucking 3 or 5 years old. Fuck you. It's evil shit. It's eugenics. It's sterilization, okay? And I can't take it. That's just my opinion. Don't fuck with little kids. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't care if you want to fuck a donkey. As long as you don't hurt anybody and the donkey's happy, do it. But when you fuck with the innocent, children and like people who are like not able to think for themselves, people with Down syndrome, children, like, you know, people in weak positions. That's when I'm like, no, unacceptable. I don't give a fuck if you're a liberal or a fucking conservative, whatever the fuck you are. I don't care what it is. My thing is universal truth. Be good to people. A dude who trained at Marshall Camp, I'm doing Fa-Jing Wong, who trained one of the teachers. Fa-Jing Wong for who and what? And there's some things you're not doing 100% because you're still learning it. You just started learning it a year ago. You know, how long have you know, I've seen you doing this stuff. But what they're forgetting is that there's Fa-Jin means exploding energy. There's different ways to manifest the effect. Yang style Fa-Jin is different than Wu, different than Sun, different than Chan, different than Hao. It's different. There's different manifestations of the Fa-Jin. There's also the hard style Fa-Jin. Okay? So anybody who says it's wrong is a fucking cult retard. Like I said, like my only problem with the Adam Minzer people now, aside from his group after I defended him coming after me, okay, with fucking Donald Mitchell and his fucking retarded people attacking me after I defended them, okay? My problem with them is that when they say that this is the only way, it's not the only way. That's one way from the yang derivatives, okay? But there's other ways. That's the problem. So let's say that Chen style is wrong. Is Chen style wrong when he does Fa-Jin? Because his Chen style fucking the practical method Fa-Jin is not the same as the yang style. Is he wrong? Because I guarantee you, I'll take him. Oh, and I'm a yang stylist. I did Chen style people, but I'm a yang stylist, right? I know when to fucking say, no, he's doing his thing. Then you have the fucking, you know, the yang style. There's 5 different derivatives of the yang style Fa-Jin. They all feel different. Then you have people like John Kaufman, right? He does Wing Chun. His Fa-Jin in the Wing Chun is different than the other guys. Who's right? You fucking idiots, you arrogant, narcissistic pieces of shit. And they don't like how I speak about it. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a good person. I'm not a nice person. I don't have to be nice to you. You're an asshole. You're a fucking asshole. I'm tired of being nice. How many more years do I have on this planet? You know, the messages, you know, the secret teachings don't get out by the humble words anymore. You have to shake people and say, you're a fucking idiot, you're in a fucking matrix, you're gonna die here, you're stupid. You know what I mean? And it's just because, like, in the martial arts world, you have the same thing that's happening in the alt-left. With the alt-left, like, problem is, like, I'm like, I guess a libertarian moderate or something. When I did the test on Facebook, they have like this graph, and you take ask questions, and there's like a dot with a graph. I was literally dead center on the dot of like the middle ground. The guy that says on YouTube that Chen is about Dragon Yang is about bull. So my system is dragon style type, but I do a yang derivative, and I placed all my other Sifu's teaching on top of it, and we created a dragon style Tai Chi, if you call it, right? My thing is, when you look at the way, and in my seminar I explain this in my system, like my family form, the way the hand operates, you have southern and northern dragon shape. So if you passively bend your hand, you get one dragon shape. If you passively flex your hand like this, you get another dragon shape. It's already in there. So the difference is, like, your hard style, you're pulling. In the soft style, it's passive. So if I do on, this is already dragon claw. It's already there, right? If I do like Liu or Chai, it's already here. But it's passive. So for me, all Tai Chi has all the animal systems in it. That's another thing, because on my path, I had so many teachers, and I learned so many forms that I don't remember which who gave me what. And there was so many of these old Chinese masters I met in Chinatown that didn't speak English. So I don't remember what came from. But what I can tell you is that Yang style, as a martial arts anthropologist, from my experience walking the corridor, what I can tell you is that Yang style was there to hide techniques and pass the movement DNA in a form to be unlocked later by people who had the understanding. And just because somebody's from the Yang family or has the Yang form doesn't mean they have the intuition or insight to unlock the form. So they can do all the standard things, but I don't think they know anymore the inside thing because it was never written down. Even the scrolls don't have it. Because they couldn't do it, they'd kill you. So there's things that happen in the body naturally that you have to have a certain amount of intelligence and a certain intuition. And there's another thing about connecting to certain things that I'm not going to talk about here that unlocks things. And to me, the dragon is like the ultimate download of the spirit from like the Wudang ancestors. From like, there's like a celestial place where you talk to them in the meditation and they download the dragon to you. That's the only way I can explain it. It's inside everything. You know what I mean? And so like, you know, the dragon holds the pearl thing. Dragon, like, because if you look at it, what's a snake? A snake is a fucking ghetto dragon. Okay? Like you look at the Chinese dragon when it swims. What's a snake? A snake is a ghetto dragon. You know what I mean? Dragons are snakes that fly in the fucking sky in celestial water. You know? So dragon and snake is very similar. So I don't think you can get away from the dragon, in my opinion. But when you get into the esoteric, the real woo stuff, most of these people, they do the woo in a satanic way for the power over, I want to show people how cool I am. They don't do it to respect their ancestors. And that's when you get the real stuff. I know it sounds corny, but the stuff that I don't teach, it was given to me, you don't get that because you want to like show off or be a YouTube personality. You get it because you're showing respect and you actually care about carrying the lineage. And it's like an essence thing. I don't have the words for it. But it's like something that's inside everything. And it's just like, I don't know how to explain it in a way. It's just like, it's inside, you know? And like, because like the dragon holds the pearl thing, and then like, you start to develop, and like, you like swallow the pearl, and the pearl becomes inside, and then you polish it. It's like this weird, I don't know how to explain it. That's the best way I can explain it. Because it's hard to put into words. You know, and some people would say, okay, like, you know, the channeling of the form, when you do the form and you're doing it with that kind of heart and intention, you connect to your ancestors. It's a weird thing. And you get it, you get like a download. I guess like the scientist would say, oh, well, your subconscious is probably like analyzing the parts and then like it's, you know, creating this thing and then it comes to your forebrain this way. But it doesn't feel that way. It feels like there's a moment where you've gained the favor of some celestial deity and they start telling you that's the right way. That's the only way I can explain it. You know, because it doesn't feel natural. So going back to the dragon part, so in the beginning, there was a purple dragon that spit emerald fire. Okay, and this baby dragon was creator of all things. Right, so I'm gonna give you some real secret, hardcore occult shit that you're not going to find anywhere. Okay? And I think it's because it's the Aquarius, it's now the time to tell these things. So, And most people don't understand it, but people who understand it don't understand it. So in the beginning, there was a purple dragon that spit emerald fire. And the purple dragon was a baby god. And it would be able to just create anything it wanted. Okay? And if it thinks, it creates things. So after like countless cycles of time, untime, because there is no time, time is the infinite moment experience. This baby dragon was lonely and said, I want to see, what do I look like? And it created a mirror. And when it created the mirror, it looked at itself. And now through observer effect, he looks at himself in the mirror and says, oh, I'm that? And it's the baby dragon in opposite. So this baby dragon instantaneously created innumerable inverted worlds and demons and insects and all the things that are inside out. So all the things with spine on the outside and creepy crawly things and all the things that go underneath and all the things that go bad, they're all illusions, and they're all created because this baby dragon god saw itself backwards. And that's the theory of narcissism, like the full levels of deflection. So by observer effect, seeing the inverse wave created an entire inverse reality that's counteracting the first reality. And that's where the whole dragon thing goes back to the very beginning. So we're literally inside a dragon egg, living on top of dragon bones. And some of the continents are actually just decayed dragons. Okay? Like they're literally just giant dragons. Okay? The land is actually a humongous dragon. Okay? Like a decayed dragon. There's a guy, Mud Fossil University, he talks about this. He actually, I saw one video, he actually shows a part. I just channeled this shit 30 years ago, and that's how I got this. But I saw a video from this guy, Mud Fossil University, and he has a video where he's showing, maybe it's like, what's it called, Morocco, I think? Where he said, I think it's, he shows the dragon bones. Okay? Like, so, when you look at our bodies, we're partially reptilian. Our skin has scales, right? You know, our body, we have a snake spine. All mammals are reptilian. All mammals come from snakes. Birds are part snake. That's why you have snake and crane. The crane, you know, is basically a flying snake in a way. Because if you take the spine and cut everything off, it's just a fucking snake. You know? Humans are not that far from snakes. That sounds crazy. We have all the extras. Like, you know, a human female has eggs, right? The eggs are inside the body and then it hatches inside. So, everything revolves around the dragons. So if we're gonna go back to like, so the question was like, you know, about the Yang style having the, what was it? You said Chen style has the dragon, the Yang style has a ball, whatever it was. I don't believe that. And I also don't while the Tai Chi theory was overlaid to the Chen style, and they have the 8 quantum energies. Outside of that, the forms are completely different. They're not the same form. The Yang style is hiding all the animal styles that had to be carried around from the fucking Qing emperors and the fucking communists. So Yang style, in my opinion as an anthropologist, is saying we're gonna hide all of the Shaolin, Wudang, and internal techniques and the family arts in little bits, and you have to know how to find it. And if you look at, like, for instance, Chen Man Ching, you know, we said, let's listen to the ancient Mesopotamian Christian myth. Right, and the same as Taino myth also, from my people, same thing, it's the dragon and the turtle, actually. The dragon and the turtle created us. He said the Chen dragon aspect was, yes, okay, so that's spiral energies in Yang style. And if you look at the Yang Yuchan, right, the secret Yang style, all has cut. Now, Chen Man Ching's form, people don't understand this. When I move, or William Chen form, when I move here, it doesn't look like it, but there's a coil here. There's a coil here. Okay? If you look at this down to my leg, I'm going to do the basic. Watch this coil. If I do it fast, you see the coil. Okay? It's a rudimentary remedial version. You mean like grow my hair a little more? I actually used to put a weight on it and smack people with it. People are like, oh, you're gonna grab your hair in a fight. I'm like, I hope they grab my hair in a fight, that's the point. If you're grabbing my hair, you can't grab anything else. I'm gonna break your fucking face. But anyway, so this the silk room. Did you see? Yeah, okay. I'm waiting for the next thing to come up. All right, brother. And don't worry, man. There's gonna be no, earthquakes or anything coming after you. You'll be fine. Just stay away from the crazies and the people that watch television. If they watch television, they're probably brainwashed. So you guys do. But the the silk rhythm, right? It's all snake and crane. It doesn't matter if it's Chen style, Wu style, Hung style, this style, that style, it's all snake and crane. Even Mantis Tai Chi still has snake and crane in it because it's Tai Chi, So if you don't know what you're looking at, you're not going to see it. So if you see like one off right in Chen Man Ching style, right? There's a coil here. There's your coil, right? Even here, there's still coiling. It's still coiling. Now, if you want to make it more coily, you can make it more coily. But the point is, it's there, it's remedial. And people, they think they know, but they don't. And you have these people, to get them, and you have these people who, they do the Chen Man Ching form for 40 fucking years. And I'm not saying everybody, because there's a lot of people who are smart enough to say, oh, I'm going to go learn the 24, or the Wu style, or this style, and they branch out. There's a lot of people who are cult retards, who think they did one form and they think they know everything, and then anything outside that form doesn't exist and everything's wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. It's this silk reeling, coiling, silk reeling and coiling, two different things. And silk reeling is a couple different things. But the coiling energy, it has to be everywhere. Now, how much of it do you have and how much you can see is a thing. But if I go from here to here, there's a coil. There's your dragon. There's your snake. There's the coil. And you can time that coil. When you see it faster, it looks more, you can see it more. If I do it slow, you're not going to see it. It's hiding. And that's what they wanted. Because in those days when Chen Man Ching made this form, they just finished murdering all the masters. 1956 was when they allowed people to start doing Tai Chi again. Before then, they were hanging them in the streets. So even Yangchan, it was like you were saying, he didn't teach the imperial people the real shit. That's why you have the Michon form, right? So these people don't even know their history. So it's there. I promise you it's there. So you just have to know what to look for. So I think we should start looking for what's similar and not what's different. And that's why society's failing. That's why the all super far left liberals are always fighting and pushing people away with these weird words and their fucking doublespeak, calling people fucking white supremacists, transphobes, and fucking liberty. It's the same shit. It's cult nonsense. People have no understanding, and they think they're smart, and they think they're virtuous, and they actually stop and think about they're just fucking retards. And I don't know the word. I don't know the word. You're acting retarded. You're acting slow. And I train people with Down syndrome who are not retarded. Okay? I've literally had students with Down syndrome who I do not think are retarded. I think these people are fucking retards. Okay? I know people with Down syndrome who are not retarded. These people are fucking retarded. I don't have a better word. If you have a better word, let me know. I'll fucking take it because they're fucking retarded. Well, I think I've done enough for April Fool's Day. I gave some tips. I talked a lot of shit. I actually drank 3 shots of whiskey finally. I don't feel my toe, which is great. I want to show you guys my toe one more time because you didn't see it. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have did that. Yeah, you can see I broke my toe. Oh, you're welcome. Can you guys see that? Look how good that is. Look. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? You're very welcome. Like when I made this channel, I really did it with good intentions. Yeah, it hurts really bad. I'm just not being a bitch. I really wanted to be altruistic and do charity and be a good person in the community. But I'm so disgusted with humans and their pretentious fucking cult nonsense and their ignorance and their assumptions, and being attacked for 20 fucking years on the internet. I don't have the patience anymore. I'm getting old and grumpy. I just don't have the patience anymore. People are ungrateful, they're uninformed, and when you tell them that they're wrong, they don't want to hear it from you. And they certainly don't want to hear that I'm smarter than them. They hate that. Sorry. Sorry. But yeah. Anyway, I was saying, I was just saying on my live stream on Facebook, practice your gratitude. Gratitude is the most important thing, it's a superpower. The reason that I was able to survive all the crazy shit is because I was born being able to be grateful for simple things since I was a little kid, I've lived literally homeless and in the superstar level of millionaires, billionaires. I've gone the whole spectrum. I have family that are super wealthy. I have family treating me like shit, made me an orphan. I've lived on the street. I've lived in the penthouse. And no matter where I've been, I've always been grateful with very simple things. And if I can leave anybody with anything, it's practice your gratitude. Gratitude is a superpower. Okay? Stay in the moment and be grateful. And when you do that, things are changing. And that's where you start to understand my intention and virtue balance. Is when you're grateful, you think about things differently. You're not so quick to fucking be pretentious and judge people. I've been called so many things by these people, it's so funny, because I just recently, someone again called me the transphobe thing, and I'm like, I did more for that community than you weren't even fucking jerking off yet. And you have the balls to call me a fucking transphobe, but I was doing more for that community, defending them, literally doing security for them, teaching them how to fight, making sure they can do their fucking parades, holding events for them, and you're gonna come out like that. I've been called a white supremacist and a fucking, I'm Puerto Rican, okay? I've been called a fake Tai Chi guy, I've been called a Bushido guy, you name it, I've been attacked by it. And there's been very few people who stood up and did the right thing for me. And especially when I was younger in these groups, I'm gonna leave with this Fodging fucking program, fucking one of these guys, and Donovan Mitchell's fucking retard group, and the Rumso Fist idiots. 20 fucking years, right? When I was a kid, my 20s and 30s. And these are guys who were older than me that really should have been guiding me and taking me under their wing, and they just fucking shit on me. And now they're old and dying, and they're gonna die miserable, and they deserve it, okay? Everything they fucking work for, I hope they fucking choke on it. When they have no fucking skills and nobody likes them, and their fucking schools are falling apart, remember me, okay? Remember what you did to me, you piece of shit, okay? Because now it's our turn. And my generation, we're gonna come up and we're gonna teach people fucking, how to be nice to each other, and we're not gonna judge people unless they're assholes. Okay? We're going to do it the right way. And you're going to be dead, and no one's going to care about you, and no one's going to remember you. That's what I hope for. All right, guys. I love you. And when you hear the time I say I love you, okay, but I'm grateful for your presence. Practice your gratitude. Okay? I'll see you guys soon. And welcome to the new place. I'll be teaching from here. I'll be doing my classes. I'll be doing the Tai Chi United seminars I do sometimes. And whatever else happens, I'll be around. So, peace out.